Hello everyone and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. This is not a video I usually do, by the way. I usually do action figure content and stuff like that right over here. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult video today. I don't really report on much news, but the animation industry is a place that I really would eventually love to call home. But given the recent cuts of different studios just killing their shows after season 1, and other studios not having much animated content and falling back on live action, I wish I could join these people, these fine people, some of them, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult eventually to get there. I think every dream is an uphill battle. At least, you know, the ones that involve a lot of hard work, time, preparation, care, such as an animated program or show. I mean, I've seen the battles that Alex Hirsch went through with all of the Gravity Falls different things that he had to go through with the censors and stuff like that, and trying to get those things all taken care of. I'd also like to mention real quick that I met Alex Hirsch twice. He's a really nice guy, incredibly witty and talented in what he does, and I really hope that we eventually get to see what he's been up to with his big deal with Netflix I think he has, and other shows. Inside Job wasn't my favorite thing, but a lot of other people like it, and I just wish him the best. But we're not here to talk about Alex Hirsch, we're here to talk about his friend, I guess. He knew him, at least they, I think, were considered friends. I'm not sure if that's changed now. Justin Roiland. Justin Roiland was a pretty cool guy, I thought. You know, seemed nice, weird and quirky as all get out. But then again, that's, I think every animator has to be some level of strange or weird just to get their ideas out there. You have to be different, unique, and I hope I'm that in some cases, but not in the cases that he currently is in the public eye. In 2020, he was charged with 1 count of domestic battery with corporal injury and 1 count of false imprisonment by menace, violence, fraud, or deceit in Orange County. And that's kind of close to home for me, so I'm invested in this case. It's a show that I like. It's a good show. It isn't the best show out there in the entire world, but it certainly caught my attention back in 2014-15 whenever it first premiered, and I liked it. It was somewhat fresh and new. It was a new spin on an old property, in this case Back to the Future, even in the weird case that Bushlands parodied that, so it's a parody of a parody. And that's just kind of weird, I think. But this is just kind of interesting seeing this case go through, and Adult Swim recently, today, only within 12 hours from the recording of this video, released a statement that they will not be moving forward with Justin Roiland, and their crew is hard at work on season 7. So we've had 6 seasons with Justin Roiland, and now we're moving on for the final 3 or so without him. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 4. Because there were 70 episodes renewed a while ago because the show was so popular. It was a huge hit. But now we're going to see what happens without the creator of the show. And I actually met him a couple of years back at the Improv, where Rob Paulson was doing Talkin' Tunes. And speaking of close to home to me, I actually met him twice within the past 3 months as of now, late January 2023. Just doing errands and stuff. And he's incredibly nice. Really sweetheart of a guy. I love him. He really cares about his fellow man and people. I think he does a lot of charity work too, as far as donations and stuff like that. I don't really keep much tabs on him. He actually had throat cancer a couple years back, and I'm super glad he's okay. I kind of almost choked up talking to him the first time. The second time I saw him, he was wearing a big Animaniacs crew jacket that had the Warners on the back and the logo and everything like that. I didn't really, say hi or anything or approach him or whatever, because I thought, oh, it'd be too weird to see him twice in, the past few months or so, past few weeks. And I just said, hi, nice jacket. He said, thanks. That's it. That's all that happened as far as that goes. But back to Justin Roiland, about meeting him, I was incredibly happy about it. I was excited. I actually built a Lego Rick and Morty, sort of based off of somebody else's Rick and Morty, in a way. And it was really nice to meet him at the time. I always like meeting creators of things that I love, because nowadays it's really easy. You either meet them at a con, you meet them at some kind of event like this, or you message them and tweet them. And as much of a writer as I am, it's hard to actually write personally to somebody for me. But it's more difficult to write to somebody who you like to aspire to be, in a way. So there's that kind of dichotomy that's difficult. But as a writer, writing a review for something is simple, but writing a personal note is much more difficult, because a lot of time and effort and thought are put into that. So here's the clip.
Thank you. I'm so glad. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I made these.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Did you post these on Twitter?
No, I didn't. I just made this up on
Did you give this to me? Really? Thank you. I love this. This is amazing.
That's right. She's lovely. Thank you. You make an amazing show, sir.
Thank you. Wow. You're the only person that gave me something. Yeah, of course you can get a picture.
Thank you.
That's right. You hear that? The only person tonight that gave me something.
I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Sorry. You're right.
So yeah, that was how I met Justin Roiland for the, I think, foreseeably first and last time. I never got to know what happened to these little Lego figures right here. Here they are. And yeah, just going over them real quick. We got Rick right here, mad scientist coat. I had to find a specific kind of brown for his pants. He has a bottle in hand because, he drinks a lot. He has anime hair. I believe that's a nice light blue, which actually matches quite well. An old kind of grandfatherly face, I would guess, very grumpy looking. And then the little portal gun thing has a little dial on it that I think I deviated from the model that I used. And then a little thing on there. I should probably change it to a little police siren piece in green if that exists. But yeah, there's that piece right there for Rick on the back, just plain. Morty was something that was kind of fun to do. I gave him a very scared face. He has a little patch of sort of just hurt and pain right there. It's odd because he looks like he's not wearing a shirt, but he is, I guess. His other face is kind of worried, maybe a little bit too worried and too sort of beat up. I know it's hard to see on camera, but I think it's good. On the back of the head, I think there's a spare head. There's a little determined looking face. This is a later season Morty. But yeah, that's Morty. Just regular hairpiece right over here. His hair is like, I think, one part, I would think. His pants are a dark blue. And I gave them some stands from the collectible minifigures. And yeah, it's a shame that a show that at least used to be as good as this, I think it's kind of dipping down in quality, even though there were a couple of good episodes last season, season 6 being. Yeah, it's just a shame that this show has gone downhill. And I wish it had some kind of Lego set. That'd be cool. The ship that was on Lego Ideas for a while. I think that would be pretty nice, I guess. But as of now, I don't really see anything going that much forward with the show. The show will still go on. There probably will still be different actors playing Rick and Morty. We will have to see who they are. There's been speculation rampant across the board. I'm not really going to add to it. There's a lot of impersonators out there that can probably throw their hat in the ring. On Family Guy, they got a new guy to play Cleveland who I couldn't even tell it was a different person until I looked it up. Because in 2020 they replaced him. I think I watched a recent episode recently, but yeah, it was just spot on. And I'm really happy about the inclusivity with that. I don't mind. You know, it's nice, I think, actually, in a way, to pay respect to the color of the character you're playing with the color of the actor you're having. Mike Henry did a really great job for all those years But Arif Zahir did an amazing job as well. I couldn't even tell. It's like a virtual replacement, I would think. And that's really wonderful. I'm glad to see YouTubers coming into their own, making their own shows. Smiling Friends is a hit. I hope it becomes a bigger hit than Rick and Morty. It's more cleverly written, uses better animation, and I think pays more respect to animation itself. I mean, they had a whole, like, Rankin Bass Hobbit episode. Who does that? I'm just really floored by that. But I'm just really glad that animation is coming back slowly but surely. I know it was in really high demand during the pandemic, but now that we're out of it, at least somewhat, I do hope that there is more animation need, because I have a lot of ideas that I wouldn't mind sharing with the world. So, that being said, the bullet points are that Justin Roiland did a bad thing. He may go to jail. Who knows? Rick and Morty is kind of in a tumult, even though they're still working on Season 7. We need to recast Rick and Morty and a bunch of other characters. The humor might change, by the way. And I don't mind. That show, I think, needs a shake-up. It's been too complacent for quite some time, and it needs some kind of new shake-up to bring it to life a little bit. And I just really hope that in the future, animation gets its due. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment what you think on this situation. Comment if you have a favorite episode of Rick and Morty. Comment on what you like about voice acting, voice actors, what changes in voice acting or interesting stories you might have. But most importantly, subscribe. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all later, and hope you have a creative day. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.